Once this beautiful day out there, it's sunny. I'm wearing both blue and red. You know, I'm your host, and I'm between Taorminas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our program today.
Happy July, last week of July.
Can't you wait to do your homework later?
Nope, I'm working on it.
Okay.
Trying to get
We're live on TV right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can put that away for a minute.
You'll see.
And you can't even look at this guy.
Hey, the birds had a baby.
Who?
Hey, the king and queen had a baby.
Hey,
King Queen of what?
I'm wearing shorts,
King.
2 blazers, and a shirt, my fedora, and glasses. Isn't that a great look?
None of it matches.
You
Looks
love it.
ridiculous. Gold, red, blue. Come on.
I'm great to begin with.
All right.
She's
Well,
like the green, silver, and black.
my phone just vibrated. All right. Hey, listen. It's hard to look at him.
Yeah,
It's hard.
You got the king.
But I got to push through it. All right? All
Yeah,
right.
I'll look on this.
We need to talk about sports.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
trade
We're not
deadline.
talking about stupid kids that were born in England that don't matter to us in America at all. Okay?
But hey, I'm wearing a USA colors too. USA, USA.
All right, that's a little
All right,
better.
that's
That's
a little
a
better.
little better. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, we're not on Twitter anymore. This isn't hashtag royal baby. All right?
That.
This is between Taorminas. This
Mm-hmm.
is hard, tough nose sports talk. All right?
Let's get to it.
All right, listen, here's the deal. One of the more exciting events, well, one of the more exciting periods in summer sports is the trade deadline, depending on where your team stands. Our team, the Tigers, the Detroit Tigers, stands 9 games above 500, poised to make a good playoff run
Game
again.
and a half up on Cleveland.
Right. Okay, listen now. They need bullpen help. Right? I think everybody in the baseball world, everybody that's a breathing human being can agree they need bullpen help.
Agreed.
But do they make a move?
I think that you look at I think that they if the opportunity presents itself, make a move. If not, then you go with what you have.
What do you mean if the opportunity presents itself?
Is there anybody that's attractive out there that's from the bullpen that could be help from the bullpen?
Well, here's what you got to
Have you
imagine.
heard of Francisco Rodriguez?
Yeah, I've heard K-Rod.
Because he is available.
K-Rod is
You got
too much.
John Ashford available, and also Milwaukee's got an oodles and oodles of bullpen help you can get from. It depends on the right price. The Tigers, I think, need to make a move to get K-Rod into their lineup. He's a bona fide closer. I know Joaquin Benoit's been a good closer for this team, but I think Francisco Rodriguez makes sense for this team.
All right, listen though. Every GM in baseball knows what the Tigers need. So they're going to be very stingy. They're going to say, "Oh, you want K-Rod? We want Castellanos. We want
Smiley's
Garcia."
been doing very well in the bullpen, though. Smiley's been doing extremely well in the bullpen. I mean, I don't see why the Tigers need any more bullpen help with seeing how Smiley has done for the Tigers. I've been very impressed with Smiley. I think that he's adjusting to the role in the bullpen.
Who do you trust? You trust the minor league people down there like Valverde to bring them back up, and then
No.
you got them. Who do you trust? I mean, the Tigers got to make a move to go get a bona fide reliever.
Let me paint a picture for you. Your mic's fine.
Okay.
You're good. Yesterday's game, Fister went 6, Rondon, Smiley, Benoit, game over, right? Door shut. That's how you would want to draw it up, correct? You move into the playoff scenario. You use 4 starters. Porcello out of the bullpen. There's another bullpen piece come playoff time. Do the Tigers need to make a move, or do they roll the dice and go with what they got?
I think they make a move because when you look at, I know, we'll probably get to this later, but if you look at the Tigers, I think that You need to bring somebody in, I think, that can stabilize the bullpen. Because what if Joaquin Benoit struggles? What if Bruce Rondon struggles? What if, then you don't know what to bring when the September calls come up. So I think they need to bring in another piece.
I would keep everything the same, to be honest with you.
Make no moves.
I would say that the bullpen is, obviously that's one of the struggle points. It's the bullpen. But I think that this bullpen, especially with Smiley, Rondon, if he can get his act together.
He's been doing all right.
Yeah, he's been
Past
doing
few
okay.
outings.
But I just think the Tigers are not in a position to where they need to really panic and make a move like right out of the blue. The only real competition they're dealing with right now, to be honest, is Cleveland right now in the standings.
Well, I think they're kind of looking past our own division.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's almost a given we're going to win it. All right, but what about with news today that Garza goes to the Rangers?
Matt Garza went to Texas?
Matt Garza is a Ranger now.
Really?
Okay.
Interesting news.
So,
how did Texas decide to think about that?
What do you mean?
I thought he was moved out once, and then he was considered out, and then he's now back in. He's Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm very curious about?
Tell me.
The story out of Los Angeles is, will the Dodgers trade one of their outfielders to bring in a reliever? I mean, like, you look at Los Angeles, they got their outfield's crowd. You got Crawford, Matt Kemp, you got Andre Ethier, and then you have the emergence of Yessi Puig. I think that Ethier is going to be the one that goes out of that foursome. He's got a big contract. With the emergence of Yessi Puig, one of those guys is going to be expendable.
To be honest with you, I think one of the other stories that I noticed out there, an ESPN analyst, I don't know who it was, but last night at the game said the Tampa Bay Rays was the hottest team in the
Yes, they are.
leagues. They are that, but he projected the World Series would be the Tampa Bay Rays against Los Angeles Dodgers. What in the heck is he thinking?
I'm not sure. That's kind of silly.
Tigers can
I know
manage
it's
them
silly.
up well,
Here's the deal with the Dodgers. Remember how in spring training the Tigers had 6 starters?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We still have one's in the bullpen, playing a very important role, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at the Dodgers outfield.
Mm-hmm.
How Matt Kemp got hurt again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Crawford, is he even playing right now?
Yeah, he's still playing. He went through 5 yesterday.
Yeah. Well, that is one of the most injury-prone outfields I've seen.
I agree.
How do you think to move? Well, one of those guys is going to be very unhappy.
If they're all healthy at the same time.
But if they're all healthy at the same time. But also, there's really nowhere else to put him if you look at Los Angeles. Because
they don't have a DH.
No, in the National League, you don't have a DH. No.
Right.
So I think that's an interesting story, how LA does the trade deadline.
We'll see what happens. If I were them, I'd hold on to all those guys.
I would trade
Tampa is a game and a half off Boston.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's been very good.
We could be seeing the decline of the New York Yankees.
I don't know if we'll call it a decline, but we'll
Tampa
just
Bay
say
actually is very, very good. I mean, you look at Longoria, you look at the pitching price, Arthur.
Pitching.
I mean,
our old friend Matt Joyce.
You got James Loney's having a
Ben
bounce back year. Ben Zobrist. Tampa Bay, I mean, their team is scary. They're going to get Boston fits all year. They play Boston tonight. Tigers play Chicago tonight.
Yeah, your favorite team.
I just picked up Alejandro De Aza for my fantasy team. He's like the next Denard Span. He is the next Denard Span.
Does that do anything for me?
Hey, Denard Span killed the Tigers.
Yeah, so
He's
what?
the next killer of the Tigers.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
And you just watch. I mean, like, I talked to Anthony yesterday about maybe dedicating a show to the city of Cleveland. The Cleveland is a good sports city, and they deserve to have their own dedication in between Taorminas.
And no.
I would say what I think about that, but we're live in prime time, and I'm not allowed to say bad, naughty words. I'll tell you at the break.
Okay.
2 words. 2 words. 7 letters. 1 space in between. Okay?
I think I know what it is.
All right, just relax. Over my dead body, will I ever dedicate anything to the city of Cleveland?
I think the Indians have a shot.
At what?
They could catch a Central. They're in a good spot right now.
They're in a good spot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They are hot right now.
You know who's in a
but
good
I think
spot?
The Tigers are.
Yeah, the Tigers
I
in
think
first.
the Tigers are gonna get their act. I think Cleveland's running on last legs.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's only just beginning now. Second half of the year, it's going to be great. All right,
Doesn't
well,
look good when the
shut up.
Royals take 2 and 3.
We'll be right back with Between Taorminas.
Back to Between Taorminas, everybody. Of course, we all know Ian Weatherspoon. Even though Cleveland does not have a sports hockey team.
They have the
Well,
Lumberjacks.
yes, but also, that's the next topic we talk about is the schedules came out. Hockey schedules. And of course, also what came out is the new names. You got the Pacific, the Central, makes sense, but the Atlantic and the Metropolitan? What in the world are you thinking? Come on, man.
Don't like it?
No, I do not like the name Metropolitan Division. And even if you look at Detroit in the Atlantic Division, that does not make sense. What are your
Why
thoughts?
don't you like the Metropolitan?
It doesn't make sense if you consider like a team like Pittsburgh, who's in the Metropolitan Division. You know, they're not in a metroplex area. I mean, like, and then you look at like New York, New Jersey, both New York's, New Jersey. I mean, like, and then you have Washington in there. You know, Carolina in there. It does not make sense at all.
Well, here's what I think about the divisions. I think that the divisions are, the names are what they are. Bottom line is there's 4 divisions. They want to make it spicier. As far as the Wings being in the Atlantic, that's kind of hard to believe because the Wings are not even on the Atlantic coast. It's ridiculous. I think that the name could have been a little bit different, but it is what it is. Nonetheless, I think that the divisions are the divisions. If we look at the schedule, the Wings play Toronto multiple times. Buffalo, they open up with Buffalo, play them multiple times. Whereas Colorado and Dallas, they play each other multiple times. Sammy, you and I are going to be dancing on Moonlight, babe. No offense. But as far as hockey. But also, it's going to be like, and also there's a couple games I look forward to. Obviously, in March, Patrick Waugh makes his return to Joe Louis Arena.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to November 7th when Dallas comes to Detroit. But also, you look at what's going on. You got the Winter Classic coming up with Detroit and Toronto. I think that's
In the big house. I wonder how Sparty fans feel about that.
Yeah, I know. It'll be very interesting there. And then you got like 3 games I know for sure that are like playing in outdoor stadiums. I know LA and Anaheim.
What's that all about?
California's playing there. I'm not sure what the heck that's about.
How are they
I
going to
don't
keep the
know
ice
either.
cold?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
And then you got the Canada series. I think it's Calgary and somebody else is playing.
The E-word?
No,
Dedmonton?
Dedmonton. Yeah, we call that.
That's one thing that kind of irks me right now is all these outdoor games.
Mm-hmm.
It takes away from the
Takes
one
away
one.
from the one.
from the Winter Classic.
Right, and the Winter Classic's supposed to be like this big time event. And I think that the NHL has done it right here, especially with Detroit, especially with going through their bankruptcy issues that they're going through right now. I think the NHL is doing it right with bringing the Winter Classic back to Detroit even before the bankruptcy process.
I think that it's going to be a very interesting season. I'm really looking forward to the season.
What makes more sense or less sense or whatever? The Wings in the Atlantic Division or the Wings in the Western Conference?
I think what made a lot of old people, a lot of historians are going to see that Detroit in the West not be in the Western Conference anymore. That's going to be very different for those who follow Detroit, especially having to go in the Eastern Conference. Dealing with the time zone and all that. It'll be.
I think a lot of the
benefit
old
Detroit
timers
most.
are going to like the fact that the Wings are playing the Canadians, the Leafs.
We're in their division.
The original 6 teams I'm talking about. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
But we're in the division with Boston.
But it's going to be a weird adjustment having to not play the Blackhawks on a consistent basis. It's going to feel weird not playing the Western Conference teams, which, I'll be honest, yes, the conferences are balancing out now in terms of the East and the West, but I still think the West is still the class of the NHL. I think that
I disagree.
I agree.
Wholeheartedly.
I think that if you look at the NHL as a whole, I think that it's going to be very different without the Wings in the West, and I think that the Wings will benefit playing in the East, though.
Maybe the Western Conference will just fold because the Wings won't be there to support it anymore.
No, the Western Conference.
No, the
will be
West has
fine.
their
You
own
got
strong
Chicago,
teams.
you have Dallas, you have Colorado, and then you also got in the Pacific Division.
Minnesota, you've got the Kings, you've got the Sharks, you've got the Flames.
They're not bad. I mean, the Western
name
Conference are going to be tough.
You named one team. Okay, 2. Canucks. 2 teams in the Western
If
Conference
there's
that
2
matter.
teams that I know that have to make the most travel miles this year, it's Vancouver and San Jose. They got to make the most travel this year. Colorado is 3rd, actually, on that list.
That's a scary thought.
I'd like to know how the Western Conference compares to the Eastern Conference.
Western Conference, a lot more physical, a lot more
I disagree.
smash mouth
I agree
style
with
hockey,
Anthony.
whereas the Eastern Conference
East
is more
is a lot
finesse.
finesse.
With the exception of Philadelphia and Boston, there is and you can put Detroit in there too. It's a lot more finesse style of hockey, whereas in the West it's physical smash mouth hockey, where it's just you got team oriented hockey where it's more focused. Where in the East it's more focused on individuals. I think that the exception though is Boston, but I feel like it's more individualized in the East, whereas in the West it's more team-oriented style hockey.
I do agree with Anthony 100% there, except with Boston, of course, having to trade Tyler Seguin to Dallas. But you look at the Western Conference, a lot physical, more brutal. I mean, like the only reason why I would consider the Eastern Conference, yeah, it is finesse unless Philadelphia plays Pittsburgh. Then it's going to get real fight. It'll get into a fight fest there, more like a WWE style there. And then you got Boston, who's very physical there. Detroit, have to add them in there. Otherwise, everybody else is really not as physical. They're too finesse. They're too finessed in the Eastern Conference. Western Conference is more physical. Physicality. You got your rivalries down there. You got teams that you don't like. There's gonna be new rivalries created, especially with this new
Old ones renewed.
With this new format. Yes, and old rivalries renewed with Detroit in the Eastern Conference. In the West, of course, you got Dallas, Minnesota. You got Colorado, Dallas. You got Colorado, St. Louis. You got L.A.
Dallas.
All right, now you're just making stuff up.
Yep, you got a lot
Making
of good competition. You know, a lot of good competition. I like this.
I'm
division
excited for
format.
this NHL season. I want to get started.
All right.
Especially if you're a Stars fan, you don't have to worry about having to deal with a lot of games out west in the Pacific Division.
Good thing there's not many Stars fans.
There
All
are
right,
a lot
listen,
of Stars fans.
listen. Real quick here, we're up against the break, but overall, does this help the NHL get exposure with the fringe fan or hurt?
I think it's
Or
going to
no
help.
difference?
Help.
I think it's going to help because the NHL is getting a lot more attention. I think the NHL needs this. They need to get a lot more attention to it after the lockout. They need to rehabilitate itself, and I think this is a good way to do it.
I agree. Good way to do it.
We're agreeing a lot today.
I'm scared.
That's a good thing.
We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Mickey York from Fox Sports Detroit. When I want to get the inside scoop on local sports, I watch Between Taorminas or Fox Sports Detroit.
own a Habitat home?
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I paid for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on ONTV.
What's up, guys? Oh, yeah, it's football season coming up.
Yes, it's football season coming up, and the Lions start their camp soon. Rookies reported today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's just real quick. One guy you're watching in camp. Who's your guy?
Matthew Stafford, because he got a new contract. He was a disappointment last year. I think he needs to have a big camp, and I think he needs to have a big season if the Lions want to get back to the postseason.
I think, to be honest with you, the same thing with Calvin Johnson. I think Calvin Johnson needs
He
to
had
have
1,000 yards last year. 1,000 yards.
But can he repeat it? That's the question. Can he repeat that success? And also, can the Lions as a team, especially that secondary, can the Lions as a team get back to that prominence? Can the 1 year that they make the playoffs not be a fluke?
I think that was a fluke.
You know what I was thinking about the other day, which is kind of weird, but we've experienced many great glory days here in Detroit sports history in our lifetimes.
Yes.
I would say we're living the glory days of Detroit baseball. Okay, they haven't won the World Series yet.
They're getting there.
Had a great run since Jim Leland's been here. Red Wings, of course. Pistons, we were here, going to work Pistons. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The Lions. When are we ever gonna?
They've been rebuilding since 1957.
Yeah. Is this the year things change?
No.
Or is it another middle of the road to below average year?
Green Bay's in your division. You got Minnesota's in your division. You got Chicago in your division. You tell me that, especially if Green Bay struggles, the day Green Bay struggles, the Lions will never make the playoffs. The day Green Bay...
not sure what that means.
Not sure what that means.
No, when Green Bay ain't going to give up the NFC North.
Okay. Fair enough.
As long as the Packers are good, the Lions are going to be bad.
I disagree with that so much. I think it comes down to you got to beat Chicago, you got to beat Minnesota, and you got to beat Green Bay. That's how you win the NFC North.
It'd be great if you could hold serve at home.
And your schedule is so brutal because you got to play the NFC East, which of course you got to play the Giants. You got to play. I also got to play Tampa Bay. You got to play.
Don't you have to play the Cowboys?
Got to play Dallas.
The Jets.
You got to play the.
I think maybe
No,
not.
not Jets.
No, not the
The
Jets.
Ravens.
The
I know we
Giants,
play the Ravens.
I know.
The Browns.
Yep. Ooh, that ain't gonna be pretty. And I think you got to play Pittsburgh. You got to play Pittsburgh. You got to play Cincinnati. Oh God, that ain't gonna be pretty. I see a losing season in Ford Field this year.
Oh God.
Oh, good grief.
I can't handle another one of those.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to.
All right. Well, the guy I'm looking forward to seeing is Darius Slay, the second-round corner.
Mm-hmm.
Fast, corner, tall.
Yeah.
Hurt.
Yeah, hurt.
Hurt the key. Don't give up long yards.
Also hurt. We'll see what happens though.
Yes, we will.
All right. Do your thing. Do your thing, pretty boy.
Thank you. You know, this week on Twitter, there ended up being a movement of this one person wanting to get called out on our show. The name, Austin McGee. Why? Simple. Look. Where's that picture at, man? Thank you.
Oh, goodness gracious.
All right. Look, man, at the same time, you've got, you don't need to take what other people said, such as calling me Annie or anything like that. You don't need to do that. That's that Greens thing, all right? You can establish yourself with some other things. I saw you throw pitches to 9-year-olds today at baseball. You could have threw 80. I was preferring that. I guess not. Oh well, that's just you. Austin, at the same time, you've got a good mind, you got a golden heart. You do some great things as far as breast cancer awareness and everything. But at the same time, you don't need to follow people. You just need to be yourself. That's the one thing you tend to struggle with. Austin, I can help you with that. But you just need to listen to me. Listen to what I got to say. It's good. It's a good thing to listen to me. You know, Austin, you just got to listen to me. Thank you.
Well, my call out here is more of a serious matter, of course. It involves a coach on the football team who has had a huge issue when it comes to fashion. I'm going to call out is our current beloved Dragon football coach, Chris Bell. Chris Bell, what? Let's look at it here. You call it. Why do you call us the Green Oklahoma? Why? You don't look like Oklahoma. Oklahoma wears white pants.
You are aware that he's going to be on our football preview show in a couple weeks, right?
I know. I mean, like, and then you look at the Greens last year. Where's the names in the back? Who are you?
Nah.
I mean, like, if I compare, I mean, like, you should look at Nebraska. Nebraska has a good coach, Bo Pelini.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they wear red pants on the road. You need to look into that, man. You look into that. I think it's a good idea to change it up. We're not Oregon. We aren't Oregon.
Oklahoma, Oregon, Nebraska. Who are you talking about here?
Last year,
they had a mix-up on the green jerseys. They had to bring them back. Okay.
Last year, I mean, like, let's just go back to the original Russells. Oklahoma wear them. Oklahoma has the same style it used to wear until last year. We ain't change it up. Why? Why? Bring the last names back in the jerseys, and then bring the original font back, please. I'm begging you. Okay. And then my last call out.
Oh, another one.
And then my last call out. Somebody's birthday is today. I mean, like, just want to sing him a happy birthday to celebrate. And this guy is our director.
Which we haven't seen in a
Which
while.
we haven't seen in a long time. His name is Pat Ronan. Pat Ronan, why? First, I'd like to sing a special song to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Where have you been on our sports show? Why? Who are you? You don't show up. You're slacking here. You're a slacker. You make this guy look like a happy fool here. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday! Mister, I'm too cool to be here.
All right. You good?
Yep.
You good?
You know, I need to say something. I actually got nominated recently for the Community Living Services Recognition Award. It's quite an honor. It's one of those awards where you just want to, it's one of those awards where you get recognized for the hard work you do for the community. So I'm really, really excited and looking forward to it. September 19th in Livonia. I'm looking forward to it.
That should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What about you? You got any awards you're up for?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Just gonna go up and live peace.
You gonna go up and live peace?
Yep, go up north and live peace.
All right. Fair enough. It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. Well, I think that about does it here today, huh?
Oh, yes.
Well,
I look great. Look
yeah,
at this.
well, that's debatable. But hey, listen, for all of us here at Between Taorminas.
And go Dallas Stars, everybody. Support
Bye,
the Dallas
everyone.
Stars Nation.
Good night.
Support
Good
the
night,
Dallas
everyone.
Stars.
Go ahead.
Good
Support the
night,
Dallas
everyone.
Stars.
Let's
Happy
take
Bye,
it.
everyone.